Hello everybody, it's Jane here. I'm here finally to talk to you about the theme for February, which was #start. Apologies first of all for being so late in doing this. I have given myself a big kick up the backside to make time for this each month, so you should see some improvement from here on in. Here's the lovely images that I've put together in a collage as my favourites from the theme. Someone commented that it is lovely to see them in a collage like this and how wonderful they look. I really do enjoy seeing them, and I really enjoy reading the words that accompany them and finding out the story behind the picture. So that's great. So thank you for doing that, and please do keep on doing it. Okay, if we take a look at this first one from Emma Hayes from a newborn shoot that she's done recently, the start of a new life, and it's a really nice simple portrait, no fuss, nothing to distract you in the background, and everything going on to make you look straight at the baby and that very close moment between mother and baby. And it's the simplicity and the black and white that really sort of emphasises that relationship. So nice portrait there, Emma, lovely in black and white. And then we've got this start of new life from Jill Shaw. Really nice detail of some kind of leaf bud there, slightly overexposed here, so just watch out for that. I suspect this was shot perhaps in evening lights because it's got quite a nice golden glow to it, which of course is the right thing to do, but always watch your exposure a little bit. Nice plain background to make it stand out, nice and sharp, so lovely one there, Jill. Then we've got the super landscape from Paula Chatterton, which is shot at the start of the day, and it really is very nice, very well composed with this tree off to the left here. I've got a feeling, I know where this is actually, Paula, you'll have to remind us in the comments anyway. I think it's quite a famous beauty spot for taking pictures. Is it in Wales? Anyway, so a great landscape, lots of detail in the foreground, beautiful mountains, interesting sky. One of my pet hates is when people haven't got things quite straight. So if I just take the straighten tool here, this is minuscule, honestly, but if I just straighten this very slightly and apply it, it just feels straighter, and if I undo it, you can see how it tips back again. So watch out for that. Very quick to sort out when you edit, but really moody, beautiful landscape there. Okay, then there's this one from Lynn Fatter, start of new life, start of crocuses, really beautifully shot, very shallow depth of field, beautiful colourings in this shot, sharp focus here. Otherwise, we've got this lovely shallow depth of field here, we've got this beautiful bokeh in the background, and it's one of my favourite types of shots, and backlit nicely as well, so good work there, Lynn. Then we've got this one, first spotting of a bee, heralding hopefully the start of some warmer weather eventually, by Jill Shaw. So nice capture, nice sharp bee, you can see the pollen all over him. My only slight comment here would be to be very wary of shooting in bright sunlight. Obviously, you know, you can't always choose the flower that the bee is going to land on, but this is what happens. You get these very bright highlights and dark shadows. So just be wary of that. I don't think it's actually ruined the shot here because you've got detail in the light areas and detail in the dark areas. So very nicely exposed, Jill. And then we've got this one from David Riley, where you've got a winter sun shining onto a frozen lake surface. Very moody. I'm really interested in the texture on the water here. It almost feels like moonlight shining here. Nicely exposed to get all this on the detail in the clouds, and then still get this detail here, David. So nice capture, and I like the lens flare. Beautiful. Then from Helen Anderson, we've got this shot of a very British postbox in Hong Kong. shot in the very early morning before most people are awake. This shot has got a lot of grain in it, but that I would actually say don't be frightened of grain. If it means that you're going to get a really nice shot in low light by upping your ISO, don't be frightened to do it. It's going to give a better result than using flash. Certainly saves you having to carry a tripod around, and it certainly in this case does not ruin the shot at all. Embrace the grain, as they say. Then we've got this lovely landscape from Vicky ED, where we've got a beautiful reflection, lovely sky, nicely composed. Now, the only thing I would say, Vicky, is it needs a stronger focal point, because your eye kind of goes around and thinks, yeah, it's nice, and then kind of like slides off. If this had been a stronger focal point here, I think it would have made the image more arresting, and it's in about the right place on an intersection of thirds, if you imagine that the lines were laid over here. So just watch out, if you can, for a stronger focal point. And then another picture by Vicky ED, where she's listened to what I said in the last shot and given us a beautiful strong focal point here. This old boathouse on the side of the image here, the reflection in the water, plenty of detail going on. We've got foreground interest, middle and background interest. Slightly overexposed in the sky, but overall a very pleasing landscape. Nice muted colour palette. Then we have this is a great shot from Graham, can't make out, I think it is anyway. He has actually left the group, which is a shame, because this was a strong contender when I first saw it coming in. But as soon as he's left the group, I'm not going to pick him as the winner, bless him, because he won't even get to know about it. But you can see here that we've got an amazing set of detail in the sky. It's dawn, sense of the sun's going to come up here. This beautiful pier leading to the lifeboat house, lovely leading lines going down into the water here. So Graham, I hope you'll come back and join us one day, but this is really a beautiful shot. Then we've got this quite amusing shot from Anna Deakin. I was struggling at first to realise why she was photographing the sheep for this particular theme, but then in her explanation she put it was the start of a staring contest with a sheep. Made me laugh. Quite like the composition of this. The sheep is dead centre, but you've got this kind of area here to give a sense of the sheep peering out behind it. So it was one of those that was kind of amusing. And then for another amusing shot, we've got this one by Claire Louise of her puppy out on one of his first walks, the start of a very active life off the leash for this adorable dog. His ears seem so large he's going to take off. Unbelievable expression on his face. Not sure if it's quite sharp, can't really tell, Claire, because it could be just that it's low resolution now. But make sure you've always got that shutter speed up super high for this dog running at this speed. So, you know, his paws are slightly out here. So I would go for, 1/800 or something when this little guy is, or girl, is running at top speed. Thanks for making me smile. So, to my favourite shot by Helen Anderson. And the reason I picked this as favourite is because of the story that it tells. I think you can come to the conclusion that it's the start of the day, because we know what a pile of newspapers means wrapped up outside a shop with the shutters down. It means it's early in the morning, the shop hasn't quite opened yet. And I love this guy just makes this shot. He's in the perfect position on it. We assume he's nicked a newspaper from here and he's engrossed in it, having his cigarette, having a few moments to himself before the day gets going. So I love the fact that it's in black and white. Resolution doesn't look that great, but I try not to judge that, to be honest, because obviously I'm seeing it on my screen after you've uploaded it. But the story it tells is fantastic, and I'm super intrigued by these signs. And I know there are a lot of funny signs in Asia anyway, but what on earth do these mean? But what's that one? I guess it's no merchant selling. Don't know what that is. Don't help yourself to newspapers. I don't know, which if it is, that's ironic. So well done, Helen. I love your storytelling, and you're very lucky to be able to travel in interesting parts of the world, but equally this could have been on a back street in Manchester. So well done. Thank you to everybody. I will get on to Mindful Photo shortly, and good luck with this month's theme, which is burgeoning, for those of you who haven't seen it, and we're already getting some interesting images in for that. So I will be back with you again shortly. Bye bye.